Hi, I'm Skip Nipper. Welcome to my podcast,
where I tell you about not only Nashville's great baseball history and traditions,
shot to right, a one-hop liner,
but certainly about its past. And you will hear a little bit about its present and future, too.
Yes, he can. It makes the waist-high catch.
There are great stories about Tom Wilson Park, Herschel Greer Stadium, Sulphurdale, and the players, coaches, and fans who love everything about baseball. And every once in a while, you will get to hear from a special guest who will share their fondness and even passion for the great game.
The high fly ball down the right field corner, going way back, hits a lead-off home run.
The Nashville Sounds minor league baseball team was established here in 1978 after Larry Schmittou and a group of investors purchased the rights to operate an expansion franchise of the AA Southern League. The Sounds played their home games at Herschel Greer Stadium from its opening in 1978 until the end of the 2014 season, and in 2015, the Sounds left Greer for what was then First Tennessee Park, now known as First Horizon Park, a new facility, a beautiful facility located on the site of the historic Sulphurdale Ballpark. Well, not exactly on the site, but it overlaps. That was the home to Nashville's minor league teams from 1885 until 1963. And the Sounds were successful from the beginning. They led all of minor league baseball in attendance in their inaugural season and continued to draw the Southern League's largest crowds in each of their 7 years as members of the Southern League. And on the field, the team won 6 consecutive second-half division titles from 1979 to 1984 and won the Southern League championship twice, in 1979 as the AA affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds and again in 1982 as the AA affiliate of the New York Yankees. In an effort to position Nashville to contend for a Major League Baseball franchise in the future, Schmittou and the team owners purchased the AAA Evansville Triplets of the American Association and relocated the team to Nashville before the 1985 season. And the AAA Sounds carried on the history of the AA team that preceded them. They rarely contended for the American Association Championship, making only 3 appearances in the postseason during their 13 years in the league. The Sounds became members of the AAA Pacific Coast League in 1998, following the dissolution of the American Association after the end of the previous season. In 23 years in the league, the team qualified for the playoffs on 5 occasions, and they won their lone Pacific Coast League championship in 2005 as the AAA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. In conjunction with Major League Baseball's reorganization of minor league baseball in 2021, Nashville was placed in the AAA East, which became the International League in 2022. Larry Schmittou, head coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores baseball team from 1968 to 1978, was instrumental in bringing pro ball back to Nashville. He was inspired to get involved with minor league baseball when he observed the large crowds the Chattanooga Lookouts drew after owner Walter Reed acquired the Birmingham Barons and relocated the team to Chattanooga in 1976. And Schmittou was told by multiple Major League Baseball teams that they would be willing to put a minor league affiliate in Nashville if he provided a suitable ballpark. So he learned from a member of the Metro Board of Parks and Recreation that neither the Parks Board nor the city of Nashville would be willing to pay for such a park. Along with the help from country musician Conway Twitty, he put together a group of investors, including other country artists, Cal Smith and Jerry Reed, as well as other Nashvillians, to finance a stadium and a minor league team. 20 shares at $15,000 each were issued. Schmittou purchased 2 shares, or 10% of the team, and Conway Twitty purchased 4 shares for a 20% stake. The Metro Parks Board agreed to lease to Schmittou the site of Nashville's former softball fields on the grounds of Fort Negley, a Civil War fortification approximately 2 miles south of downtown, and for a period of 20 years, as long as he built a stadium with a minimum capacity of 6,500 people at a cost of at least $400,000 within 10 years. In the second 10 years, he would be required to pay the city 7% of the team's total revenue. Stoll Reed Architects estimated that construction of a suitable stadium would cost between $300,000 and $500,000, but bids for the project ranged from $980,000 to $1.2 million. Schmittou looked to local suppliers to donate construction materials. He took out a $30,000 loan from a bank, sold season tickets in advance of having a team, and even mortgaged his own home to help pay for the facility. The actual cost totaled $1.5 million, and the ballpark would be named Herschel Greer Stadium in posthumous honor of Herschel Greer, a prominent Nashville businessman and president of the Nashville Vols, whose family donated money for stadium construction. And having secured a stadium, Schmittou and general manager Farrell Owens attended the 1976 winter meetings in hopes of landing a major league affiliate. After sending letters to all 26 farm team directors, the pair received a response from Sheldon Chief Bender of the Cincinnati Reds. And Bender met with them and agreed to put a team in Nashville provided a stadium was built. And Schmittou was granted a franchise in the Southern League, a Class AA circuit, at a franchise cost of $7,500. Now, fans were invited to submit suggestions for the team's name, which would be voted on by a group that included local sports writers and country musicians. And among the finalists were Stars, Notes, Hits, Strings, Cats with a K, Pickers, and Vols. And the chosen name, Sounds, was a play on the term Nashville Sound, a subgenre of American country music that traces its roots to the area in the late 1950s. Nashville's original logo, which was used from 1978 into 1998 and was initially sketched by Schmittou, reflected the city's association with the country music industry. It depicted a mustachioed baseball player named Slugger, who has hit a baseball with an acoustic guitar, a staple of country music, in place of a bat. Further illustrating the city's musical ties was the typeface, with letters that resembled G-clefs, used to display the team name, and the cap logo, which resembled an eighth note. Closing, I'm sure you'd like to know the Sound's major league affiliations, and here you go. 1978 and 1979, the Cincinnati Reds. 1980 through 1984, the New York Yankees. The Detroit Tigers were next up for 2 seasons in 1985 and 1986, and the Cincinnati Reds returned beginning in 1987 through 1992. The Chicago White Sox after that from 1993 to 1997, the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1998 through 2004, the Milwaukee Brewers from 2005 through 2014, and the Oakland Athletics from 2015 through 2018. And the Texas Rangers were the major league affiliation for the Sounds for 2 seasons, 2019 through 2020. And from 2021 to today, the Milwaukee Brewers returned as a major league affiliation. Now there you have it. It's a condensed history of Nashville's minor league team of today, the Nashville Sounds. And a tip of my cap goes to Larry Schmittou, the founder of the Nashville Sounds, and in my mind, the most influential person in Nashville baseball history. And I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast episode of Skip Nipper's Nashville baseball history. If you have a recommendation, you have a suggestion, or you have a criticism, certainly write to me at 262downright@gmail.com. And as always, thanks for listening.